Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to Legends of Pregame. I'm Ryan.
I'm Charlie.
I'm wearing a shirt.
Yeah, you are.
Shirts are good.
Getting fancy on a Wednesday.
Well, now that I'm starting to understand this podcast thing, I figured why not dress up for the occasion?
you gotta have buttons.
Yeah.
You know what those were
You don't want
at
to
one
look like a
point.
schlub like every other podcaster.
You know what those buttons were at one point?
Tell me.
Inventions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on this episode, we're doing Legends of Inventions.
The Legend of Inventions. So we're going to be talking about, well, I don't know what we're going to do.
Everything technically
Yeah,
is an
true.
invention.
Man.
Well, I mean, air isn't.
Okay, you're right.
Well,
Okay, would you classify fire as an invention?
Yeah.
Because
now
it's
you
see, it's a natural process because it can
also an
happen.
element.
So it was
So it's
air,
more of a
but-
discovery
No, it's-
than an
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take the discovery.
All right. Okay. So we have to differentiate there,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, most things.
Yeah, that first caveman was like, I invent fire. No!
No, he definitely didn't say
was over
I
there.
invented fire because that would be the invention of English.
Well, you would have to invent a way to make fire on demand.
I'm sorry, by the way, that is really funny. The idea was like, I invent fire. And they're like, the rest of them are like, what the hell is going on?
Whoa!
This red shit starts sparking, and now we can't understand Dave.
Bruce over here is talking nonsense.
Yeah.
He's talking. Like, could you imagine at that point? Like, there was no way to communicate besides like, you're like, whoa.
I mean, that had to be bittersweet because he was also the first person to burn himself.
Yeah, he touched it and like, shit.
Yeah.
Or,
What is the internal dialogue if you don't make language? Which is also an invention.
And we also all speak English as the first language. So
Right.
our internal monologue is English.
Yeah.
Right. And I just found out some people don't have internal monologues.
That's a weird one.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
That's
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
Some people not
What's
only
going
don't-
on in there?
Yeah. Is there? It would be a very either eerily silent or relaxing place if I had no internal monologue.
It would be.
It'd be so weird.
What would it?
What would you think about?
Would it not
Nothing.
just be like? It would be like relaxing, but to the point where you would of insanity.
Yeah.
Almost, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
There's a super easy test. A lot of people actually don't know they have it until it's pointed out to them. So, okay, all right. You have a ball in your hand, right?
Mhm.
And then you bounce the ball on a table.
Mhm.
What color's the ball?
blue.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
So you have a ball in your hand, Sean.
Yeah.
You're bouncing the ball on the table. You're just bouncing it up and down. What color's the ball?
You see, I feel like this won't be a genuine answer now because I got two stabs at it, but the ball is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can picture the ball bouncing in your head and you picture the ball, any color doesn't matter.
As long as
you don't suffer from what's called aphantasia.
What is aphantasia?
Aphantasia means you have no mental picture in your head at all.
So are people that are aphantageous? Are they?
It is not advantageous to be aphantageous.
Are they like dumb or are they?
No,
They're just
not at all. They just and a lot of them don't realize it. They just don't have a mental picture, and until it's pointed out to them that people have that, they don't even realize that they are affected by this thing.
So because
you know who has it is Ross Pageant's girlfriend.
Really?
Yes, she has aphantasia. So I heard them talk about it on the Colbert Show.
So she doesn't have a ball in her brain. When asked what colors
The ball is a simple test, Charlie.
what ball?
Yeah, it's a simple thing. Like I guess a lot of the things is that's one of the tests. Picture a rainbow. How many colors do you see? Is another like test that they give to people. And it doesn't mean you don't have. It literally means aphantasia is Greek for without imagination.
Okay.
So
Which sounds harsh.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty.
it just
Look at this guy, Evan.
apparently just functions differently, and people didn't even know that this was a thing until like 2015.
Well, I'll tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I
2015.
will say, just going
Well,
back
it didn't
real
have
quick.
a name. The first modern account of this phenomenon dates back to an 1880 study that reported in a group of 100 men, some of them were unable to create a mental image of a breakfast table.
Idiot.
Can't even picture breakfast.
Eggs, you dumb
Called
son
saucers,
of a bitch.
motherfucker.
It's a cup of coffee, you dumb son of a bitch.
So, go back to Charlie's the inner monologue thing. I think we can all agree the best time, the most advantageous time to not have an inner monologue, and it's going to be different for everyone, right? But we say you're scrolling through YouTube or you're doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're doing that thing, you get a flashback to a embarrassing situation from like 18 years ago. That is the moment where you don't need inner. Yeah, what does that sound, by the way?
I don't know. Just keep powering through.
No, because what if it comes up in the recording?
It won't.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's really annoying.
I think the headphone died is what happened there. Oh. That's fine. Power through.
All right.
It won't be picked up on the mics. The mics are not they're not that good.
Okay, honestly, but I think that's the point. Is like the worst part about having the inner monologue is those flashbacks where you just go, "Oh my god, that I wish I didn't remember that happened right now."
When do you guys do this as well? When you're reading something written by someone you know, you read in their voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like whenever I read something by you, it has an accent for sure.
Oh, that's great. I love
it's
that.
a German accent, but an accent.
I like to think it's my accent, but just like 40% dumber.
Yeah, it's your accent done by me in my own head going, oh, that sounds fun.
I know it doesn't matter what the sentence says. I know every sentence starts with, oh. Oh, that was awesome. Oh my god.
It always starts with, Charlie. But when you're reading someone like it's kind of funny when you're reading something written by someone you don't particularly like, you put a little stank on it in your brain.
Sure,
you're
yeah.
Like, And you're like, man, I really don't like that.
I'm friends with this comic who is a stutter, and I read something in his voice one time. Took me 20 minutes. It was a 2-sentence post.
I grew up with I went to a school for like dyslexic kids. So we all had learning disabilities, and there was a bunch of kids with very hard stutters.
Okay.
And like it's interesting to see them process and some like there was one kid, John, who would get to the point of stuttering where he'd just stop.
Right.
He'd be like, and you're like,
go on,
John. What?
I hope he never tells a really interesting story.
He's got a great job now. I haven't spoken to him since like 8th grade.
Right.
But I would assume, he's either like he was a genius. He just had a heavy stutter, and you're like, how did?
Wait, you went to a school for dyslexic children?
Well, children with different
you have dyslexia.
Correct. Yeah.
I'd like to think that.
Yes.
I'd like to think that you didn't.
I just wanted to.
And your parents were just like, "There's only one way Charlie's going to be an overachiever. Let's put him into dyslexic school."
So the odd thing with dyslexia is one of the parameters is that you have to be of above average intelligence.
Is this why we have so many problems with our passwords?
No.
We cannot figure out our passwords for anything on this podcast.
See, I almost said our password because
it's race car. It's easy to remember for dyslexic people.
A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Yeah.
All Charlie's passwords are palindromes. Back and forth.
A long baloney.
My fiance has that for numbers, and it's called dyscalculia.
Yes, dyscalculia.
And she can't read a clock with hands on it.
Oh, I can barely do that.
It's not really necessary anymore.
Right.
It's not necessary, but that's how we found out. We were talking about like just watches and clocks. She's like, I can't read a clock. And this is a successful woman in her 30s. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't read a clock? She's like, I look at a clock and I can't do it. And I looked it up, and it's a symptom of dyscalculia.
And then there's dysgraphia, which is another thing I had, which is just horrible handwriting.
Okay.
Like it's the word. Like
I have dysnutsia, which is I can't stop saying these nuts.
but it was
Honestly, that dysgraphia one kind of sounds more like
male being a man.
being a man, being a male doctor. 'Cause
Oh.
they all have horrific handwriting,
Go on.
or just something that parents say because their kid has shitty handwriting. It seems like the kind of thing you can improve.
Mine is documented. That's why it's dysgraphia.
There you go.
I can't write in
And
cursive
tax
because
deduction.
once
Nobody can read the document.
once I try to start writing in cursive, it's like I'm an alcoholic that hasn't had a drink that day, and my hand will start shaking violently. It's super annoying.
So one of the weird things about dyslexia is they taught us how to write in cursive because it allows you to not have breaks between letters, which distracts you from writing.
Right.
So like when you're writing in cursive, one word is one fluid motion, right? But if you write in what's the regular font? Jesus.
Yeah, what is it called? What is not cursive called?
Times New Roman.
When I write in impact, I would write in meme form.
I forgot.
Do you ever write in bold?
I'm very mad right now.
I'm writing in Comic Sans at all times.
I have a very thick pencil. I write in bold.
So they taught us how to write in cursive simply because then we don't have these disjointed moments after writing each letter, and it makes it more of a fluid idea.
Did it help?
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting.
But I also started
The invention of cursive helped.
the invention of cursive helped me. I also started typing when I was in like third grade. Like I also started writing on computers at third grade.
Oh, I remember I took my
era, that was a while ago.
I took this one typing class and I was like fucking 14, and the teacher was our vice principal, who was only the vice principal because another school wanted to get rid of him. And
Was he?
no, I think the guy we sent there was remember that, and we just got a dumbass in his place.
Failing up right
We
there.
will trade you.
I'll see your child rape with a dumbass.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Just moving him around like SeaWorld with the orcas.
Our school just cannot handle this much kid stuff. Oh, we can't handle this idiot.
Yeah.
All right, we'll trade for a while.
That legitimately happened. Yeah, I need you to know that.
God.
We got a dumbass for a pedo.
Oh boy.
I'll take the dumbass any day.
Yeah, I'll take a dumbass or a
He used to
pedo.
walk around with his tie over his shoulder.
Was he in the wind? Like, wait,
Wait,
fucking
the dumbass or the pedophile?
Was he,
It's a long time, but under it's my dick.
the goddamn Red Baron walking around.
I hope this man wasn't actually dumb, and it's just like it was a windy day, and Sean saw him, was like, "Look at that guy with his tie all wrong, what an idiot."
And now his internal monologue just has this dumbass with a tie flipped up.
Every time
Do you remember-
see somebody with a weird tie? It's like, you
Idiot.
What did you call those? The discs you insert on old, like ROM ones that you insert
Yes.
on old
Floppy
computers?
disks.
We used to call them floppy disks, right?
3.5-inch floppy.
Yeah. Don't know why. This guy used to call them Stiffy Discs. He's the only man I've ever heard
Why?
say, now insert your Stiffy Disc.
I have never heard anyone use that.
Come to think of it, he was the pedophile. All right.
Yeah.
Fair trade.
Man.
But yeah, so we used to take this typing class, and you would just like look at whatever they give you to type and just hold down one key. That's what we used to do.
Why didn't you learn how to type?
We didn't learn how to type.
Why
That's the whole
didn't
point.
you?
We just held down one key because just whichever letter came up the most, you'd hold it down. It's like, oh, you can type 200 words a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Couple of spelling mistakes in there, but good effort.
Wow, this kid's the fastest
So-
typer in the world.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, you wrote, 600 words a minute, but it was just holding A.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I didn't have a typing class till like 9th or 10th grade,
Yeah.
and everybody thought I was a computer hacker because I just knew how to
You
use
could
computers.
type, yeah.
Wow.
And I was able to download like AOL Instant Messenger on all the computers. So we, instead of typing class, we would just talk to each other on Instant
Yeah.
Messenger.
While your teacher, who didn't know what that was,
Right.
stood
Right.
there and
No
was
idea
like,
what it was at the
well,
time.
everybody seems to be quiet.
I
All right.
I grew up in the
I'm going to
perfect
go reading.
Yeah, I grew up in the perfect time of the internet where enough people didn't know what it was, and if you did, it was willy-nilly fun time.
Yeah.
Right.
Before like corporations ruined it. Now everything's run on like an Amazon site.
Oh wait,
And
you
algorithms out the ass. It's
Yeah.
like, do you like Doritos? You like Doritos.
what's the first website you remember like? I guess using like frequently. We'll say.
I think probably Nickelodeon.com.
Okay, I remember going on this real kick of E-Bombs World.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, how old were you?
How old was I at the time? Probably 15.
Okay,
Right.
that'll traumatize you.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I went on there once and I saw a man's head get chopped off.
That
by a
was
helicopter
rotten. That's
blade.
rotten.com.
That was on eBay.
That was on eBay?
E-Bombs used to have, no, I think the only one I remember from E-Bombs, well, which one was the exploded asshole from weightlifting? The guy who just like his asshole blew out from lifting weights.
I hope that guy does like a TED Talk one day. You guys might have seen me.
Yeah. Or more specifically, recognize me now?
He turns around and he looks like a fucking baboon, just torn out. Just, oh my god! It looked like you microwaved the whole chicken for too long.
I think E-Bombs World had some like mostly they had some funny stuff.
They
It was
had
mostly funny
stuff. Yeah.
stuff, and then occasionally a blown out asshole.
Yeah.
I had because it was the willy-nilly time, like you would never allow this to happen today. There was this gaming like platform, like the way that you have Steam.
Crazy
or, like,
Monkey?
something. It was called M Player.
Okay.
And I'd go on it, this is M Player, and you play like Quake and stuff on it.
Yeah.
But it also had like a chat room situation. But in the chat room, you could post pictures willy-nilly from whatever you wanted. And that was the first time I ever saw, I think it's called Tubgirl.
Oh,
And that ruined my childhood forever and ever.
Guys,
ever, amen.
I gotta be honest.
Girl,
I don't know Tubgirl.
Don't Google
we aren't
it.
putting it on the channel.
No,
No.
Anyway, don't.
No. We'll
Should we distract this?
yes,
No.
because let's see how good my picture, my ability. What's that called to visualize?
So make sure you don't have aphantasia.
Aphantasia.
I don't remember it clearly,
Oh, no,
clearly.
all right.
But like
All right.
picture
Here,
picture a
I'll do-
lady in
I'll
a tub,
no, let me do the.
and then all the baked beans happen.
Okay,
Oh.
so there's a woman.
Yeah.
She's in a bathtub.
Yeah.
And she's on her back, and her legs are kicked up towards her shoulders.
Okay.
right? And she's
Don't be too graphic.
spewing poop out of her
I
butt
just said don't.
So she's
on her own
pooping.
face. What color is the poop?
I have it the same shade as that Two Girls One Cup color.
It might
That
be
like ice cream brown.
It's horrible.
No, it was brown.
It is horrifying.
It was it was either Tubgirl or maybe in other places it was called Old Smeller, which is
Old Smeller?
which is a much better description of what that actually was. Yeah.
Oh
The
my
early
God.
like the
Old Smeller.
the late 90s, early 2000s internet was a horrible place.
Well, because it was
The worst invention I think of that humankind has ever made will be shown to be the internet.
it was monsters that were dorks. That were like, we're putting this horror thing, and they
Yeah.
would make a whole website like a Lemon Party, where it's just like you made this whole website just for this one picture for people to go.
What was that? What was that like the greatest like hack of all time? It's just no matter what you click, it's just this orgy of old men.
That's Lemon Party.
Lemon
That's
Party.
Lemon
Lemon
Party.
Party.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it-
that's so great.
It's like, why did they do this? Why?
Yeah. And
That's so funny that you were talking about Lemon Party, and I didn't recognize the
Yeah.
name, but whatever you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
saying brought me to that.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
that's
bad
right.
times
it's
on
a
the
horror
internet.
show, and like thinking back and being like, Amazon was just selling books.
Yeah. And search engines didn't exist.
How
That was even crazier.
Like-
Like you had to know the website you
That
were
you were
going
going
for
to.
the internet to work.
Wasn't there a whole thing about
Wow.
like
That-
just slam pages? Wasn't it a whole thing where
What do
like
you mean?
teenagers were getting like fucking like depressed and shit because
We
someone,
had
someone
slam-
would create like a website basically
shitting
calling
on
them a whore.
Yeah,
Like what the hell?
Yeah, I remember like we had slam books before slam pages. I remember slam books, which was a notebook you passed around to be a horrible human being to people, and you
Wow.
just talked ass into this notebook and passed it to various people.
Wow.
And I got a hold of one of those one time, and oh man, they didn't want to read it, so they turned that into web pages.
what's
Good.
the monsters of anonymity? Where it's like, oh, nobody's
That's
gonna
the
know
radio
it's me.
show that's on before ours. Actually,
Here's the thing. Is it's the internet is such a double-edged sword as an invention because like that ability to just have access to pretty much any information, amazing.
Great.
Social media, god damn it.
And as much as the access to the information is great and wonderful, it's the knowledge of using the information that sets apart regular people from experts.
Right.
And that is a huge, massive problem now, where it's like the misinformation stuff is enormous, because you can write anything on the internet and just let it steep and sit in the annals of the internet, and somebody finds it and goes, well, this was written back in 2001. It must be real. And it's like,
yeah. Well, that's if there's a date on that page. Like, a lot of pages don't have dates. Yeah, you're like, when did this? You can kind of tell from the font, sort of.
Yeah, right.
You're like, all right, this is a serif font. Not a lot of that.
Kind of weird that I'm finding this article on the website for the original NBA Jam movie.
Yeah, it turns out I needed the cheat code to how to be on fire all the time,
and on fire.
I needed to know about the measles vaccine in 1997.
Those were the days.
You know what the worst invention is? Because this doesn't count either. The invention for penicillin.
The mold thing?
Yeah, it was just a dude that left a thing out on his window, and then it's like fire. He just discovered that that happens.
Well, okay, so
what?
So
what was the thing he left out?
It was like a petri dish or something. He just like left it out. It's a weird story, and it's not like he was like spent all this time trying to create penicillin.
No, he was a doctor. He was trying different things using molds. Mm-hmm. So like it's penicillin mold, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
so is penicillin a mold?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
Right? The thing like
bamboozled.
It's pretty insane how much of pharmacology is based on just like
leaving shit outside.
Yeah, well, molds and viruses and all of that.
Right.
It's just like brewing forever. No one knew yeast was a thing. Right. They just thought, oh, you put some barley and some malt and some water in a pot and you leave it. And then the spirits, that's why they call it spirits. The spirits make it happen.
Wow.
Right. So like forever, no one knew what yeast was. They just did the thing. That's why like monasteries are all about brewing, or were, because the spirit moved it. You know, the angels share.
Speaking of spirits, did you know if you go on the Irish the Wikipedia for Irish inventions, we invented whiskey, and then there's a 500-year gap before our next invention.
Yeah, I can see that happen.
How like, and this sounds dumb, but on the Irish Wikipedia page, are there way less articles than like the English one? Like ours?
Oh no! I just mean
for Ireland, not the Irish language Wikipedia page.
Well, because you look at it and it has the circle, and it's like Deutsch, and it's like 100 billion or whatever.
Yeah, and the donations are asked for in the punt, our currency that no longer exists.
Wait, well, what's the punt?
It was the Irish pound.
And they called it the punt?
Yeah, PUNT. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and they got rid of it when the euro came in.
Okay,
so like I can't remember, was that 2001?
So the Irish pound was different than the English pound?
Yeah, there was the punt, the Irish pound, and then the Irish pound was the punt, and then the pound sterling was the English one. Still is. They kept theirs.
Yeah.
The awkward pricks.
You know.
Kept it. Left again.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
coming back.
We kept this.
Maybe we are. Convenience.
And then in Northern Ireland and Scotland, they use the pound sterling as well, but they have different notes.
Do they have like cooler people?
Yeah, well, you know, Scottish and Northern Irish people, so by proxy, cooler people, yeah. But this guy is so funny because there's this whole thing about like how people see a Scottish note and they'll just be like, nah, that's not real. That's some fake money.
Is it like Monopoly money?
Yeah,
it looks silly.
It looks a little goofier than the English one, I think. Yeah.
Well, you know, with euros, I think a weird thing that as Americans, we have all our bills are the same size.
Yeah.
When you get euros and it's like, oh, I got this, this novelty check size
you couldn't
bill.
you couldn't even find the 5 and the 50 is like you'd need two wallets.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I just won this from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah, you're like folding it up like a novelty check.
You're like, okay, well, this is
that's the problem. Like coming from the United States and looking at other people's money, you can see it on the screen now. They use a lot of bigger faces. Like it's a lot of people.
It's a lot more.
Heads.
Yeah.
You know, we got the heads on there. We keep it small.
We keep it in the middle.
tight, but we focus on the numbers. This looks like a crazy lady made an art
Keep it
piece.
focused. Keep it focused on the numbers and God, the important stuff.
A weird Illuminati pyramid in the back, like America should. This one has an old house. Some branches of old lady's face. I don't know what she did. I'm pretty sure she's probably important.
Yeah.
But,
what's her name? Is it written on it?
It's Mary Queen of Scots. All ladies from Scotland are Mary Queen of Scots. That's all I know.
Well, I think what she did is pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna say it was the Queen of Scotland.
Well, didn't she have like a kid? Like wasn't that whole thing that she had a kid? Like the heir thing. Like the Queen didn't have a kid, and then she did.
Oh, is that what it was to carry on the legacy?
Yeah,
no, that makes sense. The royal family is such an
insane thing.
What an insane
and they're
concept.
all related across the entire
They're just a bunch of
Europe.
a bunch of grifters hanging in there now.
Yeah, they're the best con ever. They're like,
Yeah.
we're important, and you're
That's
like, but you're German/Greek
And
or whatever.
And you all look inbred.
Well, because they're all like, well, we got to keep it in the family.
Yeah,
I might have to fuck my sister
to keep us rich.
And then being like, well, you got to take care of us.
Yeah.
Like, well, why? Because my great grandfather was important. You're like, what about your grandfather? He was important too.
I can't help but feel like you're getting less important the more people learn about you.
And thanks to the internet, we're able to.
Yeah.
Because the what are they? The Mountbattens, the Queen of England.
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, they're like French and then Greek.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like they're all over the place. They're royals from every other country, and they just kind of go, "Well, I was the prince in this country," and then they have sex with somebody that's the princess in this one.
Yeah.
Then they end up being king, even though he's not the king. King Philip is dead, right?
He's the one who just died, right?
I think so.
That was the old bitches. That Philip guy had been a zombie for years.
What?
I'd never seen a more sunken face in all my life.
He definitely ate children. By the end.
Hey, what's your face? The Titanic? It's sunken as fuck, man.
The blood of the young keeps
like
me
a
alive.
Yeah, straight up vampire. I don't know. It's weird. Like with monies, I don't think we should be putting real people on monies.
Well,
it should just be like a picture of your country.
So
move on.
Even stranger, the largest currency is like it's some like island nation that just has one big coin in the middle.
I'm picturing it like a publishing clearinghouse check. Like, this is our one.
It's way big. It's called like the Quack or something. But it's this giant stone circle. And the cool thing about the way they look at their currency is you don't have to carry it. I just know that you own that.
What?
Yeah.
How do you pay for shit?
It doesn't move. You just transfer the ownership of the coin. You go, the
like
coin is
online?
Mine. No. Just being trustful of the people that you live with.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the island of Yap.
Yap.
Yeah, and this is their giant coin. And
Holy
it's
mother! That
enormous.
looks like the first wheel. What?
Yeah, it's just this understanding that if I say I owe you that coin, that is your coin now.
Oh, so you keep it, but they own it?
No. It does not move.
Oh.
It stays where it is.
Is there only one of them, or is
there's other small ones, but yes, they're not movable. None of their coins are movable.
So you just know who owns it?
Yes.
Oh, that's Steve's
That's mine.
coin.
Yeah, that's Steve's.
Yeah.
That is, and it works.
Please don't pay me. You know what? I'd be like, you know what?
I don't want to.
I'm good. Don't pay me money.
Gonna have to move some money around for this.
Where is Yap located?
An island. I don't know what body of water's in. Probably Pacific.
One would guess.
The island of Yap. Let's see. In the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
It's a tiny island, and it's,
Well done. You picked the biggest ocean. And he's like, got it.
Well, when you cover when you can look at a globe and only see the Pacific,
Yeah.
it's pretty huge.
Good, safe guess.
Yeah,
Plus, Yap.
Yep.
I'm not gonna speculate where that sounds like.
Sounds
it
like
comes
where the
from.
Muppets all live. Like, Yap.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
Pulling
wow.
out.
Yap.
All right.
Pulling way out for the island of Yap. Okay, so it's
Okay. So
Yeah,
east
near-
of the Philippines, north of Papua New Guinea.
I was gonna say
Wow.
near the Philippines, but with that scale of the map, that could be thousands of miles away. That's
but
funny.
yeah, so currency as an invention, they like their idea of currency is so much different than ours because ours we have to move, and ours is just a lie anyway.
Also, they probably
It's-
don't have the internet there. They're probably still like very trustworthy
Well,
people.
and I don't know if they still just go by the coin
Yeah.
anymore, but like our currency is just an assumption. Like a dollar bill is no longer really backed by anything. It's backed by the confidence.
guns and aircraft carriers.
No, it's backed by the confidence that you and I both believe it's worth the same.
I think it's backed by our confidence that we'll win wars.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing it's backed by. It's the idea of the dollar being backed by anything at this point. It's like, nah, it's like if America starts crashing, we'll just like, I don't know,
We'll take your money.
Yeah.
we'll beat up other countries and take their shit.
What, you got some crops over there? What's that, some oil? All right.
Yeah.
We'll have that, please. Oh, what are you going to fight us? Honduras? I don't think so.
Bad. It's
But-
got to be about to collapse.
Well,
Oh, dude, I feel like we're definitely on the edge of civilization
I feel like-
right now. And it's going to take one little tip to make everything go wonky.
I feel like America is like the ultimate like Enron, where it's just let's just fudge the books forever.
Yeah.
we'll push it out. We're
Yeah.
pushing it out. But I mean,
Well, then we just found out because of the Pandora Papers. America is actually is like the third largest tax haven in the world, and you know what state that's in?
Delaware.
North Dakota. North Dakota has $385 billion in assets.
What?
It's being used as a tax shelter.
Why?
It's just able to happen. So like that's the thing. So it goes the Cayman Islands, Switzerland, and then North Dakota.
What?
Yeah, this hack just happened where like all these bank records got released for like major like
Does
the
North Dakota
Queen, rock stars, famous people, business people, and it all got released. So they're still like going through it. It's like 200 terabytes of data. Wow, that's crazy. So it's bigger than the Panama Papers.
Do you
if know what that
remember there was some data transfer for the black hole a couple years back? There was a program that made a picture of a black hole. Right.
Okay.
Now I know that sounds simple and easy. It's a dot.
Right.
But so the program that created it was so enormous that they had to transfer the data from, I think it was MIT
Oh, I do
to
know about
Hawaii.
this. Yeah.
And
It was easier to fly it,
They
right?
physically
Yeah.
transferred it because it would take less time to transfer this like 1-ton box
Okay.
of just hard drives. They flew it to Hawaii because it
Wow.
was faster to physically fly it
Then actually
than to
transfer it
transfer it
online.
online.
Wow.
Oh, like it's insane. That is incredible.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy.
I don't even know how the internet works. That sounds like I
Right.
feel like if you told me the internet is just planes flying back and forth with our information, I'm like, yeah, that sounds correct.
Hey, Amazon, right? Just delivering our information for us.
When they told me it was tubes under the ocean,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
All right.
that can't
No
be
way.
right. It turns out it's like 3 tubes. That's it. So if you want to talk to London, 3 tubes. That's all they got, and they're hacked. They've hacked. Russian subs have gone down to the tubes and like pulled out their little sub arms and spliced in. It's documented. This is a thing. This is a conspiracy, and they're able to like get first person.
Do we just have like Navy SEALs swimming along it all the time, like border patrol
Protecting
people?
our internet borders.
No, don't be an idiot. They're actual SEAls armed with bombs.
Oh man,
You idiot.
they're mutant sharks with laser beams.
Exactly.
No, they're salmon. What?
No. They're They're actually submarines.
They're Marines with ball gags.
The submarine corps.
I'll do whatever you want, Daddy.
I don't know, I will say, like,
Sir, yes, Daddy, sir.
staying back to the point of this supposed to be about inventions, I don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
Basically, at any moment,
Oh,
like
nothing.
it's difficult for me to put an IKEA table together.
Yeah.
So, like, when
And that's with directions.
when the power goes
Yeah.
down, my inner caveman comes out and like, this could be forever. I don't. What
Yeah.
would I do?
Oh, listen, I'll put it this way. How many people do you think would have to theoretically move to Mars for the rest of us to be fucked? I'm going to say 30,000.
Of our
Oh, like-
smartest,
like
our
I'm gonna
smart
say,
people?
I'm gonna say, if you take away our 30,000 smartest people on the planet, the rest of us are fucked.
No, I think if we took away 30,000 of the greediest people on the planet, I think we would be well off.
Oh yeah,
Like if we took away 1,000 of the greediest people on the face of the planet and sent them to Mars, it'd be like, okay, cool. And then the internet goes down right now.
yeah.
EJ in our
Exactly.
chat, I'm gonna have to look this up, but I feel like I don't know. I'm an idiot. EJ says sharks break the internet all the time.
They go viral. I mean, have you seen, baby,
Wait, is this actually true, or is this a conspiracy theory?
No, it's real. So the global internet it's a tube it's a cable that runs the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Do we know where it starts?
Yes.
Where does it start?
Talk
Ireland.
It takes the same route that the Titanic did.
It just stops at Ellis Island.
there's a break outside of like Nova Scotia or Newfoundland. And they're like, yeah, it got hit by an iceberg.
And then when it gets to America, it can't get a job.
It arrives on a door.
So it's going to be not a very clear image, but these are all the cables that run, and they're physical hardline cables that run a lot from New York. They go to London, and then they go around Africa. They got some on the West Coast as well. But
Why
yeah,
don't they
it's
go
not-
to Africa?
I do like that they.
Honestly,
What do you mean on the coast?
I do like.
I thought you said they go around
I do
Africa.
like that they bypass Ireland. They have to they almost have to go around Ireland.
Oh,
Like
it does. It goes completely around.
yeah,
Ireland.
straight to England. Yeah, they had to put in effort just to avoid Ireland because they were like,
Take a right, take a right, take a right.
someone's gonna mess this up. They're gonna drive a car into the water and just break this thing open.
I can't find the info of if sharks actually break the internet or not. But if you didn't shark-proof the internet,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, birds can take down
Okay, now
airplanes.
here's another good example
Are
of
we muted?
how visual I am. No,
no, just all the mics coming through my mic. That's all.
right now I'm picturing a shark cracking open that cable and just internet escaping.
fizzles off.
Just like
Wow.
there's a Google search.
So this is interesting. So they Google specifically had this problem, and they have to wrap their internet cables, their undersea cables, in Kevlar, which is the stuff they make bulletproof vests, because a shark once destroyed their cable.
So does Google just have like a single international tube?
They got the money for it.
So hold
Wow.
on. So we're worried about Space Force. I feel like undersea force, like extra Navy force, would be necessary,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's where we need to be protecting.
Yeah. So apparently, bull sharks they attack these cables all the time, so they have to be like reinforced against sharks.
Wow,
Like
What-
slam
Can you
moon.
imagine what a knife? Now I'm picturing like a Navy base, and there's just like a boop 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 on a map, and it just shows where on this radar that it's been attacked. Because
Yeah.
can you imagine trying to find where a shark attacked that tunnel, that cable that runs?
Quick question: what color
Thousands
was
of
the
miles.
naval base?
It was blue with a hint of gray. Well, no, but so if a shark destroys that, are they immediately able to find where it's been attacked?
I don't know. See,
God,
again, I'm
that's
an
gotta be a
idiot. Like-
nightmare. You're just going through thousands
Yeah,
of miles of.
Just
Yeah, just
you and your
following the
scuba
cable.
tank swimming along the cable.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
What's scary to me to like think about that? Like, there's humans made 20 cables and set them. They're so long and can go under the ocean
Yeah.
for the entire distance of the Atlantic. Like, which seems like that shouldn't even be able to be possible.
I hope
Right.
there's just a man in a rowboat out in the middle of the North Atlantic, like,
Checking the cables.
gonna find this
Yeah.
shark.
Well, that's actually
Here we go.
That's actually where the term internet pirates actually came from. They would come and like tap into the cables on this. No, that's not.
I was like, they were just stealing music videos.
We're gonna get your Wi-Fi.
I started laughing. Charlie started listening
I was like-
intently, and then I was like,
Uh-oh.
"Should I also
Am
be
I
listening
also
intently?" Yeah.
Which one of us is wrong?
Oh my god!
Charlie's wrong. Charlie's wrong.
That's so
Wait, could you
funny.
imagine if there were? I'm the internet now.
Look at me.
Give me your Wi-Fi.
I am the Google
I
now.
am Look at me. I am Google now.
Yeah.
It
That's
just
an
seems
Irish accent.
especially the way it works. It seems like we should have robot subs protecting this at all times, but it seems like the ultimate weak link in our infrastructure.
Is 4 tubes that go
Yeah.
across the Atlantic?
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
yeah. That seems like a slight,
And that's the thing. It's like, and it's like when your internet goes, like Facebook went down for 5 hours the other day, and I do the move of like, well, it can't be Facebook. It's got to be me.
I was pissed off at you two guys. I'm like, why aren't you responding?
Sure. I was it's the same thing. I was like, I wonder why. Did I not pay my phone
Yeah.
bill? I swear. And then I tried Wi-Fi on, Wi-Fi off. What's going on here? Yeah.
I'm uninstalling the app, reinstalling it, rather
What?
than just Googling, is Facebook down?
I was like, why the hell is Zach Bennett just continue talking about Trucktoberfest in Daytona?
Because you have the
Good.
app,
This
it
is the
loads
only
up.
post. It's over and over and over
Like,
and over
my
again.
God, this guy really.
Winning the internet.
I
Yeah.
agree, man. Trucktoberfest.
I'll tell you the best one. You
You
know
should
what? You
move.
know I found out Facebook and Instagram are down. Twitter.
Hey, gotcha. By the way,
Thank God there's one that isn't owned by.
owned by the same
Oh,
people.
man.
That's got what I mean. That's how you know they're too big because well, now I'm like somebody Sam in our chat said, "Do you think the sharks got them?" Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took down Facebook.
but the
One bull shark was just like,
Yeah.
you don't need to post that.
But I was
One shark is like, I'm sick of seeing my uncle post about Trump.
saw that goddamn meme.
You don't even live in America. At best, you're in international waters.
Just outside of the tax haven that is the Cayman Islands.
Sure, one time you got a little close to Baltimore.
You swam within the bay. All right, all right, all right.
it's a great white shark with a MAGA hat on.
America great and white again.
Yeah, but the,
Make America great white again.
Mauga.
all this damn hammerhead
Magua.
sharks ruining the neighborhood. More like MC Hammerhead. Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
With their eyes all wide.
Bull shark. You think we're bull? You should listen to Biden.
Well, that guy.
My wife's a real mega mouth. You know what I'm saying? Shark jokes. I don't know, man. It's just like when something like that happens, I don't have a lot of people's phone numbers. You know, like I stopped putting phone numbers into my phone actively maybe 4 years ago, and I was like, I'll just find you on Facebook. It's fine. I'll use Messenger because
Yeah.
I don't talk on the phone.
You do not.
The telephone, I think, is the ultimate invention that peaked, and no one really uses it anymore.
I feel like it.
The system is used, but I don't.
Yeah,
no
I
one
don't- I don't-
talks on a phone.
Okay, so the only reason I disagree with that is because I have family overseas.
Yeah.
So,
and as a massive chatter.
yeah.
I-
Both of you are talky people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
As soon as I turn a microphone off, I don't say anything sometimes for like hours.
No, like talking to you on the phone is like, so how's it going? You're like, good. You're like, come on. You have come with
Oh, dude, I had
Let's chat.
a friend one time who's the most annoying person I'd ever talked on the phone. He has this weird cadence where he'd be talking and then he'd be like midway through a sentence and then he'd stop
Why?
And then so I'd start to talk, and then as I'd start to talk, he'd start finishing his sentences. I'm like, will you just talk normal? I'd be yelling at this guy.
Do it.
Just talk like a normal fucking person. Okay?
I suffer from like phone anxiety. Like
Yeah.
the phone rings and it might as well be about to explode because I throw it away from me, even if it's friends. And it's unfortunate that I am this way, but the last thing I want to be is on the phone.
Oh man, I see a number I don't recognize. I'm like, adventure time.
Time to
Hell
make
yeah.
a friend.
Oh man,
I am going to make some Indian dude real pissed off right now.
Let me tell you, it's usually like a 50-50 split between Eduardo, the previous owner of my phone number, and some sort of telemarketer, and that's it.
Is this Eduardo?
Yeah.
Well, you sound kind of weird, Ed.
They'll start speaking to me in straight up Spanish, and I'm just like, nah. Okay.
Dude.
Oh, sorry.
I got a stern fuck you, sir, because the warranty, like the extended warranty on your car.
Yeah.
Guy called. He's like, "Hello, sir. What is the make and model of your car?" I was like, "Well, the make and model of my car," and he was like, "Fuck you, sir."
Yo,
I was like, "Yeah, I got him. He did not even play a lot. He just gave a stern fuck you, and I was like, yeah.
I got one recently. This is the weirdest one, right? Because so the number, I missed the call from an Orlando number, and I have a New York number. So for me to miss, if you think about it, real fancy. That's where I bought the phone. Anyway, so obviously I had a missed call from an Orlando number, so I was like, this is obviously someone I know. Because why would I randomly have a missed call from an Orlando number when I have a New York phone?
Sure.
They obviously know me. I live here now. Whatever. I call him back, and this guy goes, "Hey, man, will you quit fucking calling me?" And I was like, you called me once. I've now called you back once. How is this me continually calling you? What the fuck is going on here? I go, sure, no problem. Again, we're done here.
They think they've outsourced the extended warranty to Ireland.
Yeah.
Hello, what side of
First thing I was
what
like,
sort of car?
Well, I've had it.
What's the year, make, and model?
When the scams weren't in full effect, and you weren't always expecting a scam call if you didn't know the number. This number calls me. I'm like, that's weird. Okay, I don't know this number. I call it back, and the guy immediately answers the phone, very flustered, just defeated. He's like, it wasn't me. And I go, what? And he's like, I didn't call you. I didn't call you. And I was like, well, I got a call from the number. No, it wasn't me. Oh my God. You don't understand.
So many people.
But no, what I did was the scammers called me, and then I fucked with them, and then they got mad at me, and then they changed the scam number to my number. So now everybody calls me back. Don't mess with the scammers. I never will forget that poor bastard.
I bet there's a lot of people that get my number called to them because I love messing with them.
I remember seeing this post on Craigslist for an apartment in New York that was like clearly not enough. Like it was too cheap.
Yeah.
It had to be a scam, you know.
Yeah.
But it was like just close enough that you'd almost believe it. Like we say, an apartment, a 1-bedroom in that area would be like $1,800 a month. This was like $1,200 because the family was leaving last minute or something.
And you had to pay in iTunes gift cards.
But what was so funny? Yeah.
$1,200 in iTunes.
We only accept Western Union. So
leave it in a bag outside the address.
Yeah. So funny is, they had the typical scam thing. It was like picture of old Whitey and Whitehead.
Yeah.
But then they would have like little phrases in like within it that made you go, oh, you guys have like gotten pretty good at English, but then there's some stuff in there like if you read it in a Nigerian accent, like, we are God-fearing people.
My favorite part of the show is every time Sean does a different accent. It's enjoyable. You get to see a different take on a different part.
Oh, it reminds me
of God-feeding people.
There was this guy. In because I come from like a real small place, you know, you just wave at everyone, you know where I'm from, right? Even if you don't know him, you walk, you're in town, you wave at people in case you know them.
Hey!
You live in a Cheers. I get it.
I went to school with this guy. I went to school with this guy named from Nigeria named John Asiemi.
John.
John Asiemi.
Okay.
And I was talking to him. He just moved over a little while ago from Nigeria, but his English is pretty good. And I said to him, like, so is there anything that you find weird about living here? How do you like it here? And he goes, I don't understand why people I don't know keep waving at me. And I was like, dude, I'll be honest, I don't either. I don't know who they could be confusing you for, because you're the only black guy in town.
It's like boat people and Jeep people. It's just John people. Like, hey, John. Oh,
Hey,
why are you
hello,
waving
John
to me?
over there.
I don't want to seem racist. Hey.
I'm cool.
Wow, that is a fantastic story, and I want to revisit that at another time. You know what you guys should wave at? Our Patreon that we can't log into.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as of right now, the same story stands. We somehow have stolen, or like the
We
We've
stole
been
our
hacked.
own website.
We
from
stole-
we
ourselves.
stole our own Patreon.
Yeah.
So you still have to, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, you still have to Google Patreon Legends of Pregame, and it will
It
show
will
up.
show up.
But you can't type Legends of Pregame into the search on Patreon, or nothing will
Nothing
show
will
up.
Yeah.
show up.
Also,
complex.
we got our link tree up. So all you have to do is go to the Instagram now. It's just Legends of Pregame. And if you click on the link tree link, it will show all of our links to every other, our Twitter, our Facebook, all that. So rather than call them all out right now, this is what we're going to do from now on. Go on Instagram. We know you have it.
Yep.
And the link tree link is right there. And give that a click, and boom, you're in.
Except that the link tree link isn't there.
Why isn't it there? I
Hang
put it
on
in
one
there.
second, Charlie. Did you betray me?
I didn't betray you. I would never.
Charlie,
Go follow it anyway.
why have you forsaken me? Yeah, follow the Instagram.
We're just follow our Instagram. Follow all our stuff.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
We don't have to do
Ryan is
anything.
right. There is no website up there right now. Did you not click save? Is that what happened?
Yes, I did not click save.
Is that really what happened? All right.
And now it's there.
There we go.
We're in. Let me tell you. We are not stupid. We're just bad with passwords and clicking save.
Yeah. That's all. We're good at life.
So go on there, and the challenges are about to start rolling now. We finally started, busy summer, we finally started nailing down the finer details of this thing. So we will be putting episodes out consistently. We've
Yes.
got a backlog of a few now. It'll be
Yes.
every week. Please sign up for the new, what's it called, an RSS feed or something? The new SS, what the hell is it called?
SSRI.
The new SSRI. So the new, the new
RSS.
RSS
the
feed.
new NAACP feed. Because so we can transfer over. We're basically doing a transfer from what was the Poke and the Bear podcast to this now. So we have our own feed. Where can they find the feed, Charlie? On every podcast app.
Yes.
Type in
There you
Legends
go.
of Pregame.
Yeah. Yes, there you go.
Subscribe to the new one on every podcast app. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
It'll be there. Legends of Pregame. Even if you already did this, type it in again.
Do it again.
A different one will show up.
Put it on a different phone. Put it on a
we're-
different computer.
Or money. It's happening.
Give us as many likes, subscribes, and reviews as you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Preach.
Oh, yeah. So many reviews.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, everywhere.
5 stars.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening. I'm
Yeah.
Ryan.
I'm Charlie.
I didn't rap today. Oh, I'm Sean also.
Bye, guys.
Good luck.